Well, hello everyone, it's Palidore here. So I was informed by the teams, I thought we were going to get started right away, or at least a little bit, but teams will be taking a little break here, so maybe another 15 minutes or so until the actual game starts. So if you're joining us ready for the next match, worry not, it's coming, but we're going to be in a bit of an intermission for a little while here, so no problem at all. In the meantime, I suppose I can set the time, and we'll be back soon. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back again to VRML. Skip the intro this time because I did it at the beginning of the stream. Because these teams, Team Summit, Fusion, they are playing back-to-back games. So I had initially thought they were going to go right into the next match, but as the case was, they decided to opt for a little break. Just to, cool down, reset, get some drinks, all that good stuff. So, hence the out of order stream transitions. But that's okay. So off it goes here. And the first shot already. Alakos will get it. And hello, once again, I'm Palidore. SirDimwi by my side.
Hello.
And we're getting right back into the second matchup between Team Summit and Fusion. The first match was taken by Fusion in all 3 rounds, but the story there was Team Summit actually round to round getting more and more defensively intense, causing more turnovers, getting more goals and scores. In that last round, they held Fusion to 7 points, I believe it was, which was dramatically less than before. And Team Summit, meanwhile, scored 4, but that's going to be a 3 for Swift.
Yeah, Swift, very casual about that shot. Just kind of pulled it back, released it, and watched it go in. Good shot by Swift.
Well done on his part for sure. Getting started here for Fusion in a hot fashion, kind of similar to what we saw in the first round of the first series. Again, for Team Summit here, I'm just kind of looking for them now that they're all hydrated and recollected, seeing if they could improve on some of that defensive intensity we were seeing, but maybe instead and put on ice a little bit off that break. So we'll see if that plays a part. But it was Master Black and Mr. Grey Knight who were doing some absolute work in the mid lane, and then Ninja Knight and Bakey inside the bubble. But right now it's David Duel over with a pass to Virtual. So both, Virtual had himself a strong game, high scoring, just as well as Swift. They were kind of scoring in bunches there, with a lot of threes especially. Now that one is going to be off because Swift dove to punch out the goalie instead of receiving the pass. A little miscommunication. They might not pay for it, though. If they can get back on the rebound, they will. So Virtual takes that over and rolls it on over to his teammate at Pack. So now Swift finding a deep cross pass, and that will be snagged out of there by Ninja Knight. So that's a good grab there, and a little bit of that defense that we saw in the last couple rounds in the last series.
Summit's still doing a good job of picking up their defensive play here. So a lot of good steals, a lot of good turnovers.
Now trying to cause one just there, though, for Fusion, and they will knock it loose, but a good punch from Master Black will get that right back for his team. So Master Black does have a back pass. That's good, patient work. Getting it to Mr. Grey Knight. He was just biding his time in the back line, giving them a lane if they needed to just reset and avoid any of that panic that can happen when you have defenses approaching you. Now clustering up here a little bit will be into the hands of Ninja. He's going to swing around, use Virtual as an anchor, and then the banker from Ninja Knight. And that was one nice play from him.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you don't see that happen very often, somebody using another player as an anchor. I mean, you see it every once in a while. You'll see it at every level. And watching that happen there, and he's able to use that to move in on the goal like that was well done. Well done.
And not only the fancy moves, but then the finish. That was a nice 1-2 punch from him, as getting a punch on Virtualist Master Black, forcing a quick pass. Over it goes to the top of the shoulder. Maybe another turnover. Alakos is going to get a nice boost, though. Short range, gets a stun as well. Finds a pass down low and through the corner. It will roll, but actually out of the hands. So saved out of there. Ninja Knight, another clear. But faster on the boost. Ooh, that goes dangerously close. It'll be taken here by Alakos.
Nice drop.
Now trying to find the stacks in the back is Team Summit as they actually recover the disc here. Mr. Grey Knight, the pass Ninja. He's going to be approached quickly. Does not get rid of it in time, so it will be back to the other side. On the rebound, Alakos going up and then going in. Absolutely. 7-2 for Fusion.
Looked like David Duel stunned out both goalies in the goal there, allowing Alakos to just walk that one in and place it. I mean, it was 2 meters, a 2-meter throw, but that was practically a dunk at that point.
That was an effective move there. Alakos opted for that wind around as well. He approached from the back, but then he kind of wound over to the front of the goal for a a little bit of added unpredictability on that dunking move. So in any case, a pass here will get to Master Black. The goal briefly exposed. A great pass to Mr. Gray. Cannot find the way, but the rebound will be into his hands. Needs to go for a shot. Maybe one more, and they've got it. Ninja Knight this time. Now it's a 3-point game.
A nice underhand windmill by Ninja Knight there to put it in on that goalie. 17 meters a second. The persistency there. It took 3 attempts, but they took all 3 attempts and they were able to put that one in. Well done.
Ninja Knight, a couple consecutive goals for his team, showing his offensive moves. Alakos, right now, he's moving up on offense for Fusion, however. And a clear will just bounce barely off the edge, but back to David. David finding a deep one, and then across on over, but a great cutoff, Mr. Gray.
Ooh, what a steal. What a steal.
And they will take it right back for Fusion, unfortunately, because the clear didn't go through. So up top, Swift just missing it, trying to contest it, Master Black, but great stun by Swift, and he will get the shot. So 9-4, and 4 minutes left.
Ultimately had 2 goalies in there. They didn't get in the way of each other. They both attacked the shooter as Swift was going to take that shot, but Swift using that opportunity to use that as open space and put that one in for goal.
Now they'll roll here. Ninja Knight, 4 points for his team. All 4 being scored by him as it goes right by Bakey on the pass. The clear going to be recovered here by Virtual. So you see 3 players on the outer edge of the bubble. Now looking for a nice stack. Will get it through though. And on the other end, an assault by Ninja. So now he's contributing some stuns. Trying to recover the disc for his team. But some good defense from Fusion, also playing some of those passing lanes while leaving one here in the back. It's Virtual, so he'll get a clear now. And that's some nice defense from Fusion. On the other side, oh, just missing the hands of them. So we'll float on out to the pocket. Taken here by Master Black. Then back to the other side, it'll find maybe Ninja. He's going to be approached on quickly, though. Virtual getting a nice little grab on his toes. And then finding a clear.
That's a good clear, too. Nice bounce.
Yeah, just past the man in the back for the intercept, but eventually Mr. Gray collects it. He needs to get rid of that, and he does. So down low it'll go. Cut off very well by Alakos. A great punch, but the shot, an ambitious one. There's a couple players back, and they managed to get the save. Looking for just the disc on the other side as they float on by, and finally taken back here by Swift. It'll go deep into the other end. Virtual taking that away. Going for a clear with a bouncing, sets into the mid area. Ninja is there. Virtual is there as well. Some stacks in the back all approaching. But a good comeback here on the defensive end for Team Summit. They're going to pressure that one, but it gets a good delivery, but a better recovery. But oh, the grab, and the second time by Master Black. So good effort there, almost being pulled in, and that one might go in. It's going to be a rebound perhaps into the hands of one of these players here for Team Summit. Finally gets it to Ninja. Ninja swings on over, a little bit off on that anchor pass, and as a result, it will be Swift. A clear, but another turnover. Reading that well is Ninja.
What a great defensive team effort, team defensive effort down in the Summit bubble there. That was a great save by Grey Knight, and then Master Black to finish that one off and get it back down in the blue zone. Well done by them.
Very well done by them, and taking it back here, Virtual trying to find an anchor, could not do so, but he does at least get a read on his teammate down the floor. David will cut to the goal area, to the barrier that is, and one more pass up top. Alakaz, or Virtual actually, and then to the barrier, and then not the shots. Good contest there. They're forcing a lot of quick shots, and still recovered though by Alakaz on the other side. He's going to be brawled out. So again, Master Black this time trying to find a clear off the brawl, but Fusion is there first for the rebound. David Duel now working it up the floor. Looking for that cross on over. Goal is just exposed enough to find the shot. 11-4 with under a minute in this first round.
Oh, some great pass sequences there by Fusion around their own bubble, or around Summit's bubble, excuse me. And just doing a really good job of cycling that disc around, trying to pull the defense out and get the open opportunity, which they finally got there. And Alakos takes advantage of it. Good goal. And
a roll out of that clear out, not getting through. Some brawls will, however. So now taken back by Virtual, and he's going to go into the goal. It will not roll in for them, so rejected by the post into the back line, where David collects that one. And now positioning out. You can see Virtual on the backboard, but being covered well by Bakey. Going down low, and the other pass to Swift being covered well by Master Black, but still getting that attack. So that was good defense from Summit, but better offense from Fusion.
Yeah, he had two guys on his feet there. But either one of them could have made a stop on him, but he stayed just a skosh ahead of them the whole way in, and then gets that high angle shot on the goalie there. Those aren't easy to make, and they're even harder to save. And just great play by Swift. I mean, yeah, not much else to say.
And well done by him, Swift, again, starting this round. The second series between these two teams with some strength, 9 points at that, as well as 12 stuns and a couple saves. Alakos with 4 points and a save, and then Virtual with an assist, 10 stuns. David Duel with 3 assists and 19 stuns. Once again, doing some work on the punching end of things. Meanwhile, for Team Summit, it's Ninja with the 4 points for his team. They were both very nice goals, as well as 3 saves he's credited for and 12 stuns. Master Black, the 8 stuns, causing a couple turnovers in the midfield. Mr. Grey Knight just as well, with an assist, a save, and 18 stuns. And then Bakey with an assist and 7 stuns. So good collection there. And the defense, once again, pretty good for Team Summit. They took a couple minutes to warm up into it in this first round. But then after that, they were looking more like we expected from the last 2 rounds in the previous series.
And just looking over at the team stats, the possession time 342 to 306 in favor of Fusion. Fusion definitely picking up their disc control, their passing sequences. It was all so good. We saw that flesh out in the numbers there, and just was so well played.
And Mr. Grey Knight now trying to make a play for Team Summit right off this first one. Trying to collect the disc right back is Ninja Knight. So he'll be punched out, actually, by Alakos. Alakos, the back out to Swift and Virtual. Good punches by Mr. Grey, denying the stack and then looking for it himself. So maybe trying to avoid the overshoot, but it will be overshot but by both teams. So now that one will careen up into the top of the bubble. Off of the miss, a rebound perhaps. They've got some passes available. Very contested, though. Well done. A Master Black looking for it down low. A little bit too strong on the cutting player, but another rebound perhaps. So a lot of chances here. Master Black now going for another one that's going to be a strong pass actually to Mr. Grey Knight. Didn't even see him there. And that was a great one into the goal. Fantastic passing plays for Team Summit.
And it looked like I didn't catch who it was, but over on the when he came down off of the right shoulder there, it looked like he had a one-on-one with the goalie, but opted for that back pass to Mr. Grey Knight. And I was very ready to be critical of that back pass because I thought he had the opportunity, but then Grey Knight finding that pass up to the man on the backboard and they're them able to put that one in. That was well done.
Very much so. Got a good-looking opportunity there off the backboard, and as we know, a lot of teams in the league taking real good advantage of those backboard passes, making it tough. And now that's going to be a tough stun there. It was Alakos, I believe, dishing an assist and getting a punch. Swift will find the 2 points here in the second round.
Yeah, Swift saw that goal open for a moment. He really wanted to take that 3-pointer from that angle, but the goalie got in there so quick. It really stopped that 3-point opportunity. But then Alakos coming in, shutting that goalie down, and letting Swift put that one in. Well done.
Now a soft pass going over here to Master Black. He will be bothered by the stack, just enough to force a turnover, and quickly on the rebound, it's Mr. Grey into the goal. The defense retreating. Bakey's going to work that in, but shot a bit far out, so it will be saved by Alakos.
Yeah, good save by Alakos.
And now a recovery here into the open goal, and it's going to be a dunked home by Virtual. Getting that save, there's Alakos, always within the first couple minutes of a match. He'll usually have a save in there somewhere, and he got it done indeed.
Yeah, Ninja Knight was in the goal there. He did get back quick enough to try to make that save on that dunk by Virtual, but just not quite quick enough. Virtual beating him there by maybe a tenth of a second.
Yeah, and I see Viatrex also in the chat now joining, saying, "Let's go, Fusion." That I never I would never thought that keepers will start shining so much in 4v4, and there is another save for Alacost.
Alacost not even the one in goal there. He was moving in on the goalie and just saw that shot coming in at the goalie's feet and makes that save. That was sweet save.
Yes, it was. Doing some work here. Fusion indeed. Viatrek's looking pretty good today. For sure, they've had some nice plays, very nice passing as well. Team Summit also just the same. They struggled a bit on offense. They've had a great defense, though, in the last few rounds. These teams, this is actually their second series. The first series being taken there by Fusion. About half an hour ago or so it ended. But Summit was showing some very nice things on the defensive end. They're causing a lot of trouble every time that Fusion started working it into this 2-point area in those second and third rounds. But that said, this one will be a breakaway, and on the way for the rebounded dunk through is David Duel.
We actually saw David Duel do something like that just a couple games ago. He came in, tried to take the shot off the backboard, bounced right back up into his hands. On that first instance, he went back in off the backboard, but that time he takes his time, turns around, and pops it in.
Vitrek's asking what the first game score was. Off the top of my head, couldn't tell you. The first round, I believe, was a mercy situation. The second round, somewhere in the area of 2-17, I think. And then this shot going through, almost. And then the third round, though, was something like 4-7, I believe. So it was really just the offense from Team Summit. They struggled to score, but really those second and third rounds, they had a lot of really great defensive plays. Now taking it over here on the wall, David Duel. Good cutoff there from Bakey, stunning the Nest pass. But Fusion looking for a recovery. Indeed, it gets finally to Virtual, shielding himself just in case, avoiding those stuns, and now backing it out patiently to the back line. Swift will take it. Now one pass down low, a bit strong on it. And now going up for a Sonic pass, but it was a great cutoff once again from Team Summit. And
Just to expand.
Viatrex, yes, this is the second match they played. This first one started about an hour, 15 minutes ago. It ended. They took a 20-minute break, and now this is the second match. Because these teams had a match scheduled last week that they delayed until today. And then they also have another match that was scheduled for this week, so they just decided to do both last week's and this week's match today. Just to explain. But now, go ahead. Anyway, I cut you off earlier.
Well, I was just gonna say I want to expand a little bit on what Vajek said about keepers shining in 4v4. I think part of what that is your one-on-one opportunities with the goalies aren't as common as they were in the 3-on-3, and on top of that, when you do get that opportunity, you don't have as much time to take your time with that shot. You have to kind of take it as you will and take it as you can, and that gives goalies more of an opportunity to kind of shine out when there's more desperate
hold on. Shining out here maybe is going to be Team Summit. They almost had a really great look off of that play. Again, I've been pretty impressed with Summit here, but yeah, sorry to cut you off there, but yeah, exactly what you said there. It's so much more pressure in 4v4, but this one will be an open shot, opening that door 9-2 for Swift and Fusion. Good job by Swift. He's had some strong games so far. Again, last round, probably approaching that 20-point area. This time he's at 14 on this series. Doing some nice offensive work for his team. And Ninja Knight now, for Team Fusion, they find themselves down by 7, but kind of the carryover effect from that first series, and that they're still holding their own here pretty well on the defense. They're getting in some offensive chances, but Fusion also cutting them off inside the bubble, so good defense from them just the same. But now Summit's coming through, trying to look for that pass, a little bit off there on the cutting player. So clear it will be for Virtual. Now to the other end, it will almost roll into the goal. Luckily for them, for Team Summit, for Bakey here, does not go in, not on his watch, at least not quite yet. That one being grabbed out by Alacost. He's going to look for his pass to the other side and trying to find it. It's Swift with a disc. Looking for a nice pass deep down there and then going right around to the top of the goal.
That was a great shot by Virtual DPG there. I mean, coming in low like that, but then able to put such an angle on that toss that it goes in just in that top corner side. Those are hard to stop because as a goalie, you're kind of expecting it coming a little bit lower than that, but he gets a good angle on it and it goes in. Good shot, good goal.
Oh, just a missed grab, just about. He gets stunned out, Ninja does. The disc luckily getting kind of butted out of there. So taken over here, and will be collected, and it's good work there by both the Knights, or by Ninja and Master Black, but on the attack, oh, almost in there. So saving themselves from an exposed 3 at the very least, and now Mr. Gray will take it away. He'll go for a deep shot on that play, and maybe a rebound. Nope, it's just going to be Alakos there, right in the nick of time. And with some time to find a pass over to the tunnel area. Virtual will take that one, dodge through, and juke the cameraman at that, as Mr. Gray goes through for another shot attempt that's a bit too high. Now if they can find that rebound quickly, they still might have an opportunity. It looks like just going to wait a little bit now because the defense is, in fact, back for Fusion.
Mr. Gray is only credited with one steal in this series, but I know he's had more than that. He's been all over on the defensive side of both of these series today.
Now going for a deep corner shot there, or clear, whatever the case. And indeed, he's been having a great game in the midfield with the brawls, with the steals, causing a lot of chaos here. Trying to find the disc. Oh, just passed it as Swift. He had to kind of underhand it through the barrier. It was a tough angle. But now he's going to try and tangle with the goalie. Throws a few shot fakes, but gets dinged by the goal post instead. And now ringing the bell, that is the head, is Ninja. Trying to find the disc again, but just another floating back. Clear goes back to the hands of Fusion, so they're benefiting off of some good attempts, multiple attempts. Deep pass, and now another ding of a shot because of the good approach there. So see, Summit made them take the shot from the tough angle, and he just didn't have anywhere to go. So that was really good recognition from Team Summit. But now with this bounce shot, as clock is about ready to expire, they will acquire one more. David, the rebound. 13 points to 2.
And that one came with a few yelling. I didn't a little bit of yelling. I didn't quite catch who said what, but somebody wasn't happy or somebody was really happy. I'm not really sure, but that was entertaining to hear.
Someone was feeling emotions. It's suffice to say.
Suffice to say. That will be Fusion now taking 2 games here. The 2 games in a row to the 2 rounds, which gives them the 2 games, and yeah, well played by Fusion all the way through.
Swift in the chat saying, "Shut up, shut up! You didn't see that." Well, I might have saw it. I didn't hear anything. SirDimwi heard some stuff. But hello to Swift and Via, as well as Bad Internet. Which account? Definitely prefer to call them that, much easier. But it will be a victory here in the 2 rounds over to Fusion. They look really quick at the scoreboard. Sorry, it was 13 points apiece for Fusion, both of those rounds, and 4 points for Summit in the first, 2 in the second. So again, it's still over the course of these 2 series, Summit was holding Fusion to overall lower scoring compared to earlier on. But just the offense and some of the passes not connecting quite yet. But otherwise, looking good. Fusion, on the other hand, they are definitely connecting on a lot of those passes and looking good just the same.
Yeah, Fusion's on track here to definitely move up the ranks over time. Just if they keep doing what they're doing, it'll definitely pay off. And I definitely like what I'm seeing out of Fusion.
Team Summit almost benefiting off of that grab there. Couldn't quite collect it, so to the other side it'll roll. There's some good stacks coming through quickly here. Mr. Grey Knight as well with Ninja Knight. But cut off by David. That was a good look. And a good-looking pass deep down there. Gets it to Virtual.
That was a great pass. Deep, as you said, deep pass down to the floor. And Virtual picking it up in the air. He's already committed to the angle he pushed off at, and he's able to just hook that one up into the goal there. Those are very hard to save. It was a well played shot.
Definitely was. And Ninja Knight, just because it'll be a turnover. David and Alakos causing some more problems here on the defense. So they'll go down low for a shot. Just an unfortunate bounce, but maybe a rebound. No, Virtual can't quite collect it right at his floor. But going in for one more. Slapped out of there by Ninja. So he's had a couple saves. Few saves throughout these series. But now leaving that open on the goal. David takes advantage.
Was that a slap by Ninja or was that a headbutt? Because I definitely heard a reaction to it, and somebody found some great enjoyment by that save by Ninja Knight there in front of that goal.
Could have been either. I think it was a slap, but I could have missed it. Either way, it was a deflection off a body part of Ninja Knight, and he's had some of those throughout the night. That one will come right back to him, as well as Virtual, though. Can't collect, but he will actually kind of contort himself sideways and almost makes a beautiful shot. Taken back by Bakey now on the other side. A few players here for Fusion contesting there at the bow tie area. There's Alikos in the tunnel, as well as David looking for a deep one. Maybe will bounce right back into the fortunate hands of Mr. Gray if he's lucky, but no! Right along the way, it's Virtual off a good stack for Fusion.
Gray Knight just showing us he's better at taking the disc out of the other player's hands than he is out of space.
Now looking for a pass, trying to take it out of the hands, but no, David getting stunned, but still finding a pass to his teammate. Now down low before it's too late, trying to contest that one, and coming away with it is Swift. But Mr. Gray, you know he's going to come right back into it with some more brawl attempts. And there's a nice grab by Ninja Knight as it goes deep into the other end. And it's actually going to go right up and floating into the hands of Ninja Knight. What a great boost and a great slap shot.
Yeah, that was, I mean, the Summit picking up the speed on their chains there, getting down there fast enough to basically just slap that one in from 5 meters out. That was you know, you can definitely get in your own head and slap those wide very easily, and for him to keep that together and put that one in, Ninja, well done.
Great concentration on that for sure, and precision as well. Going to go back to the hands here. Fusion, some good tap passes going out. Alikos just passes hands. It'll be rebounded down low by Virtual. Now going to the back pass. Playing some patience here. Fusion as 1,000,001 brawls go out. David trying to find a pass. Feeling bad probably because he wasn't involved in that brawl. And now a turnover. Master Black the great hands. And now to the other side. So yet more stuns going out. Seems like it will be taken at least momentarily by Ninja and crew. He's playing a dangerous game here. 3 players. So trying to maybe wait for his teammates on Summit to find a boost, but unfortunately none of them coming through in time. So instead Swift will retake it for Fusion and look for a tunnel clear. Taken right back though by Summit. And Swift again. He'll find it. Look for that short pass, and then one more over to the midfield area as you can see all 8 players for that team finally dispersing outside that bubble, and then finding a deep 3 from that corner just outside of the shoulder. It was Swift.
Yeah, nice shot by Swift. Didn't hesitate on it. Summit was moving back towards their goal, so Swift did not have much time to take that shot opportunity, but he does. He finds that goal and gets it in 17 meters away.
And just catching up a little bit here on Twitch chat as well, talking about some of the teams and situations. I know, so for Toxic Units there, Bad Internet's team, they got a low rider on the team now, coming in late into the season, coming in early with a shot, though. It's going to be off the dot here. Mr. Gray taking that away. Master Black trying to attack the goalkeeper. Gets that to Ninja. And now trying to bide his time, just going for a shot, kind of forcing it in on 2 defenders there who were unstunned. Now floating on in, could be anyone's disc, and it will be punched out of there. And now Swift taking that Alikos right above the goal, trying to contest Ninja. A good dive, though. That was a perfect dive by Ninja. Once the offensive player had gotten right to this angle where he didn't have a great shot opportunity, the immediate dive from Ninja is what caused that disc to be punched out. So good
well
recognition.
Done by Ninja. Definitely.
I'm just excited to mention it because this is one of the things I've been pressing on a lot of streams for some teams on both of the regions. Just you can force teams to shoot from like these kind of angles where they're just really tight and difficult to make those shots reliably. You're going to force a lot of turnovers, and I've seen Team Summit do that a few times now to their benefit. And now trying to get a rebound is Swift. And the same thing I'm saying also applies to offense. If you can get the shots, you know, on the inverse, you can get the shots like that from somewhere directly in front of goal, directly in behind of goal, you'll benefit a lot. And right now, Swift benefiting Fusion for the 10th point.
Yeah, what a collection by Swift there. They got that clear out. Shallow bounce off the floor. Swift is able to him and his chaining partner able to get there quick enough to pick it up before they overshoot it and puts it in. No hesitation.
No hesitation on that clear either. We'll find the hands of, looks like, of a Fusion member. There's 4 of them all piling up on Bakey. Poor Bakey. But oh, the takey from Ninja. He needs to go for a quick shot, and he'll find it. Beautifully done. Ninja's starting to catch fire later in these 2 series now. He's had some really nice looking shots.
Yeah, that was just well placed. I mean, it's a shot, yeah, I don't even I don't know what else to say about it. It's so evident, self-evident what a good shot that was.
Yeah, one moment he gets the disc, the other moment he's looking behind him for the stack. The next, he's quickly turning around and finding just a way to sink it off that backboard. And it was a really good look. And now Mr. Gray looking for it here with a steal. Got a stack in the back line, approaching fast for the contest. That was beautiful there from Swift and Co. And maybe will roll for another goal, but off the back it will go into the rebounded hands of Master. So back now to Bakey, just ducking on through, trying to get that one to Master Black in the tunnel, and he will. That deep clear, the cross clear, not sure what it was. It will reach the hands of Ninja. And Ninja working up the floor, just trying to work it past the stack. He at least breaks them up now, but Virtual is going to contest that from Fusion, really bothering the defense or the offense here. And now looking for a great pass, and oh, almost off the back. Ooh. Maybe the second attempt here, just sails past the hands, and then back into the pocket it goes. That was very close.
That was too close. That was.
Now looking for that pass, just aside. Another one of those cross passes, a little bit too much, not catching his teammate in stride. So good punch by Virtual. Will cause a turnover here. And maybe trying to eye up a opportunity on the goal, but it's not going to be online. Not quite yet, at least. Alacost the second time, also not. So Ninja Knight will find it and try and decline it, but now rewinding it for another attempt and still not quite on the mark.
Yeah, some great opportunities there from Fusion, but just not quite connecting on it.
Connecting on a lot of punches, though, continuing Master Black and Mr. Grey Knight, both of them. That clear will bounce right back into the pocket, taken here by Fusion. And you can see the full armada of Fusion players just immediately retreating to the other side, just making sure that they are covered on defense. But back to the midline it goes, and some more hot potato play. The disc switching positions and switching possessions quite a bit the last minute. And indeed, we are approaching the last minute. That is to say, it is 10-5 lead here for Fusion. And 45 seconds left. That shot will be to right, but that's all right because it'll go back into the hands down mid of Swift. Swift just paying attention to that backline man, going to the shoulder area, looking for one more pass over to the nest, and you know the rest. David Duel finds the 2-point shot and the 12-5 lead.
This is another nice pass sequence, and then a bang-up shot by David, putting it in. That was, yeah, well done with 15 left.
So 12-5 here. Launching out for perhaps one more very quick shot if they can get it. Needing to look for a boost here, will not find it, so the other side it will roll on out. And that should be it for this match, these 2 series. Taken here 3-0 for Team Fusion, but Summit was looking really great as well. But again, Fusion, like Viatrek saying, kind of cheering them on in the chat, and happy to see them having some success.
And both teams throwing GGs out, both sounding in good spirits here after the series. And well played by both. I mean, we saw some great defense on Summit, particularly around their own bubble, particularly from Mr. Grey Knight, Ninja Knight, Master Black. I mean, those guys were so strong. Even Bakey getting some saves in there and in the series. So definitely well played by Summit on the defensive end, but the offensive Fusion was just so collected, so patient with their passes, just taking its every opportunity that came their way and capitalizing on all the ones they could. And so well played by Fusion. Glad to see them do well here, and this does bring them up to 5-6 on the series, only one game out from 500. So big ups to them.
Yeah, well done, and we'll I was going to talk about a stun because one of those players over on Fusion, or actually on Team Summit, had 60 of them. I can only assume it was Mr. Gray. I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Grey Knight. It's usually. Yeah, a lot of
Makes sense.
stuns, however. And on the other end of things, though, look at the points. It's Swift with 20. So just about matching his total from the previous series as well. Just lighting the goal up over and over. So well done by him. And then the assists, aplenty. David, Duel, and Virtual, 4 apiece, 3 for Alakos. Just very nice cohesive effort there. But Swift certainly getting the MVP in this series, just looking across his stat line. A super impressive one. I mean, again, 20 points, an assist, 3 saves, 3 steals, 33 stuns. He's got a lot of threes in there. In more ways than one, I suppose, on the scoreboard. 3 steals, 3 saves, 3 stuns, and he had a lot of 3-point shots. But
In the first game, it was that first series, Virtual DPG was the one pulling most of those goals, and then Swift picking it up here in the game too. So
yeah, well,
a
both
lot of
him,
offensive potential.
both Virtual and Swift really carrying a lot of load on the offensive end and finding themselves with those 3 points advantages. But indeed, that was the game. The 2 series, in fact. We'll go to the score screen right quick here just to take a look at how that played out. And kind of true to what I was saying earlier on, dating back to the first series, Fusion, very consistent scoring, but consistently on the defensive end, Team Summit piling it on more and more over the series. It started in the second round of that first series about an hour ago, and it's carried over to every round since. Fusion overall scoring less in this series than they did in the first. You can see round to round they're scoring out equally or less. Meanwhile, for Team Summit, they started picking it up more offensively over the course of these 2 series. So definitely some promising results for Team Summit's side. I think if they work on the offensive plays and just, more, I suppose, easier passes, less of those tight crosses, and that kind of cause some turnovers, and just finding a more patient offense at that end, they'll be at the benefit of some wins down the road, because their defense was right up there causing a lot of problems for Fusion. But again, just too many attempts from Fusion, and the good cohesive teamwork on offense bought them the win on these 2 series.
Yeah, and I completely agree. Yeah, absolutely.
So that will be the matches for the day, at least as of now. I mean, always check, but as far as I know, that's the last couple. We do have some other matches from last week that actually got rescheduled to this week. Some of those were the case actually here, like that Backlash Team Gravity match, I believe, was from last week's schedule. And then one of these matches between Summit and Fusion was also last week. So that's why we have the early Monday games, which don't always happen, at least not as of yet. But a couple games today. Tomorrow we do have 2 scheduled currently. It's Smash Dash versus the aforementioned Fusion. And then at 9:30 Central Time tomorrow, it's Synapse versus Ignite, which is going to be quite a interesting one as well. That'll do it for us here on the stream until tomorrow, it would seem. So I've been Palidore. Thanks for joining us here. SirDimwi by my side, doing some work on the analysis and the color end of things. Always glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
And glad to have all of you on the stream who tuned in. So thank you once again, and we'll see you very soon. Have a good day, good night, and adieu.
Goodbye.